Republican lawmakers are not happy at all about Madison Cawthorn's claims from last week that people in Congress that he looked up to his whole life have invited him to orgies. And, of course, that they also have used cocaine right in front of him. And so Republicans had a closed-door meeting this week. They talked about what to do. Kevin McCarthy did, in fact, according to reports, pull Callthorne aside and got on to him about the things he said about Zelinsky over in Ukraine, got on to him about the orgy and cocaine use issue, and a couple other things as well. But that's not enough to placate the angry Republicans. And one of the people who's super pissed that Cawthorn would say this is, of course, Dan Crenshaw, Republican representative from one of the most gerrymandered districts in the state of Texas. Crenshaw is basically out there right now telling Cawthorn, put up or shut up, right? You tell us who these people are, or you just go away. Here's what Crenshaw said. This is his actual comment. I'm, of course, paraphrasing earlier. This is what he said. It does paint the picture here that isn't accurate. Name names. Let's see who he hangs out with. Whew. And then, of course, you had Jim Jordan, who said, I don't know anything about what Madison Cawthorn referenced. I've heard about it. I haven't seen the video. So I don't know if he's saying I've heard about it as in I've heard about the parties, I just haven't seen videos, or if he's talking about the Cawthorn clip, like I've heard about it, but I haven't seen the video. So, but of course it's Jim Jordan, so we wouldn't expect him to tell us who's having sex with who, right? Isn't that kind of Jim Jordan's MO? But Dan Crenshaw, on the other hand, Crenshaw's a tough guy. I'm going to give him that 100%. And he's mad. Like, name names. Let us see who you hang out with. And on this particular issue, I got to say, I am on Crenshaw's side 100%. Madison Cawthorn, start naming names. And of course, to their credit, Republicans have denied all of this. Like, hey, there's no sex parties out here. At least none that I know of, or none that I've been invited to. But it is funny because Crenshaw, Jordan, they're not the only people out there telling him, name names, tell us who these people are. It's almost as if they're desperate to be like, hey man, who's telling you these things? You know, is just somebody I know? I mean, could you get me an invite here? No. It wouldn't surprise me if that was their ultimate goal here. But I do think if Cawthorn wants to have any kind of credibility whatsoever, dude, name the names. Because what's funny to me about this whole thing, aside from the cocaine use, but even that honestly doesn't bother me that much. If you're not doing anything to endanger somebody else, I actually, whatever, you do you. The sex party part, as long as everybody there is a consenting adult, like there's literally no problem with it, right? You're entitled to do that. And to be honest, it really doesn't have any effect whatsoever on your ability to serve as a lawmaker. Now, does it make you a hypocrite? Oh, hell yeah. 100% it does. And that's the only thing Republicans are worried about here, right? Nobody's going to get in legal trouble for having crazy sex parties at their house. It's not illegal. They're worried about being exposed as hypocrites. Which, of course, is why Madison Cawthorn, if this is an accurate story, which, again, take it with a grain of salt because it's coming from him, name the names, man. Do it. Hell, do it right before the midterms, right? Like, how about the second week of October? Make this the October surprise. Be like, all right, y'all wanted the names? Here's the names. Here's everybody. Now have fun voting. Now, of course, Cawthorn isn't going to do that. He doesn't want to jeopardize the Republicans winning back the majority, but he is tweeting out slightly cryptic things, indicating that he is not lying. He tweeted out signals, not noise. Just that little bitty phrase. Don't exactly know what it means, but I'm willing to bet it has something to do with the heat that he is currently taking from the rest of the Republican Party. And Cawthorn, once again, my only advice to you is this. Take Dan Crenshaw's advice. If you've got the names, let them fly, dude. Everybody's focusing on you right now, and for once, it's not because you did something incredibly horrible. Maybe you might get a little bit of credibility if you can back up this truly outrageous claim that you made last week. That's what we're all waiting for. So let's have it. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.